Warriors! It's time to wake up. As you're looking at a pandemic this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way, Warriors. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. I say that every single day on my Coach JB podcast because it's truly what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. It's your first time on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. We're doing a video every single day. Now, I take a different approach in the quantum financial system in the fourth industrial revolution. There's some amazing YouTubers out there that do technical analysis. They bring you the news, which I do as well. But I bring you the news, and I also take a different spin on it. I give you the brain and mindset of myself, where I reverse engineer everything. And I was in the banking system. I was an executive banker, a vice president at a large financial institution. And I give you my perspective on banking and where we're heading in the fourth industrial revolution, connecting the dots for you so you can protect your family, your wealth, and your future. Now, the truth is, Warriors, let's be truthful. The middle class is going to get wiped out. And they've been telling you and signaling this over and over and over again. Now, here's the problem. I'm about to show you a video. Right now, there's 185,000 views on it. But what are you watching? Most people are watching WAP videos, the fake news, all these things going on, this narrative you're being sold, all the information going this way, left, right, Democrat, Republican, up, down, religion, all this stuff, and they're confusing the living crap out of you as a whole new financial system and a whole new revolution, a fourth industrial revolution is being created, and the richest people in the world are becoming much wealthier. Out of 7 billion people in the world, there's only 185,000 people that have watched this, and I'm one of them. I'm not some nerdy technical analysis guy. I'm a guy who understands the moves that the elites are making. Don't do what they say, do what they do. Now, this is the video I'm going to show you first, the World Economic Forum video that was done on January 19th. This is 2017, okay? So this is January 19th, 2017. Think about the date, January 19th, 2017. Listen to what the first three guys say. Now, this is going to be a little bit longer. You're going to have to hang in there. This is going to go for about 10 minutes, okay? Now, these guys are going to talk about the first three guys. Listen to what they say. 2017. We are in 2020, guys. They've been setting us up for the fourth industrial revolution and the quantum financial system for a very long time. Let's remember, Bitcoin was starting to be, or cryptocurrency platforms were starting to be, or the protocol, cryptic, I can't say the word, but crypto was starting to be created by MIT in 1996. Where did the elites get recruited from? One of the places is MIT. Since Bitcoin was created, we have printed more money since Bitcoin was created, and now we have a lawsuit with Tether. And interesting enough, once they were asked to submit their paperwork for the lawsuit, they stopped just pumping money into crypto. Isn't that interesting? All that, it's like, it was almost like a money printing scheme like our government's doing right now. So that's why I have a little bit of crypto, but I just have this weird feeling about Bitcoin. I don't know what it is. It gets to me. There's something about the Tether thing, Bitcoin, and I go with my gut. I could be wrong, but I always go with my gut. All right, so let's listen to the first three guys in this video. I'll go as quick, go as quick as I can. The video, I'll try to narrate as much as I can, but I also want to show you what they say, and then we're going to connect the dots. Now, this was in 2017.
The CEO of Infosys. Vishal, you're the son of a railways engineer. You saw technology at that phase. And you're also a surfer, so you know all about dodging the waves. What's the disruption that we most need to pay attention to that's coming from the new technologies, and why? Why should we pay so much attention to the disruption?
I think if you look at the way the people are affected, as you described, and all the geopolitical changes that are happening, they are all happening within the wider context of the technological disruption that is impacting all of us. And in particular, the development and the advance of AI technology. I think that artificial intelligence, and certainly the advance that we have seen just in the last 1 year, and certainly in the last few years, when I look back on this time compared to when I was a PhD student studying AI, it is staggering. And yet in many ways, we are in the beginnings of this technology and the revolution. And in many ways, we face the prospect of leaving a larger swath of humanity behind us in the light of this technology than any technology that we have ever created. So we need to be extra careful, extra conscious, put in an extra effort to ensure that we don't create a bigger divide, that we don't create a even bigger society of have-nots, that the technology that we build now is in service of everyone. And that means education.
Okay, so that's 2017. What did you say? Worried about leaving people behind. There wasn't a pandemic here. There wasn't a black swan event going on. He's saying we're worried about leaving people behind. I'm not going to take you through his full speech. It's going to take too long. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit to get to the next person. Okay.
He has painted a vision for India which creates foundation, because when you embrace technology, you should use technology for the good of all people. And I think that the technologies of the fourth industrial revolution really are all inclusive and will benefit all. And they require a sense of foundation. And let me, quickly just tell you what Vishal said. So even if we are a very young country, we have 200 million of our 1.2 billion in schools. And clearly, education needs to transform itself. The fastest way that we can transform education in a big country like India is use technology. It's the biggest equalizer. It can produce results in not decades, but in the next 3 to 5 years. And that can then create and benefit all. So for all of this, you really need a foundation, and you need for a country and a society to embrace rather than isolate itself. To, as Premier Z said in the morning, that if the world is interconnected by oceans, you don't need to divide it into rivers and lakes. And the same thing is true when you want to embrace technology. So from that point of view, yes. I also believe that all the components of technology, and particularly the fourth industrial revolution technologies, are all inclusive. So in a sense, they are the biggest equalizer for a country like India, for all our 1.2 billion people. We in India have a foundation where we have got an identity system for over 1.1 billion people. This will then enable us, right, with the recent demonetization and the movement to digital cash. So far, India has been only what I call a high-value, low-volume credit transaction. So the common man, the ordinary man, the people whose voice everybody should hear, right, had no access to credit. I think that can change very, very fast with embracement of technology.
Boom, right there, signal. 2017, moving to a digital dollar. They're already talking about it. What he's saying right here is important for you as a financial investor in crypto. Getting credit to everybody. Digital cash. I'm going to show you the future, okay? So now we're going to fast forward a little bit. Recognize what they both talked about. Disruptive technology. Okay, now this next guy, she moves it over to this guy. Now listen to what he says.
That's in sharp focus now. What do you feel personally as one of the 1%? So what's your personal responsibility? Is it to support your government to distribute better? Is it to, how do you see that moving forward? How do you see your own responsibility moving forward?
Well,
oh, this was important.
That,
sorry, we got to go back. We got to listen to what he just said right here. This is really important.
But can I ask you very personally, the world, many people across the world are saying that globalization has been managed, by folks like all of us.
So what she means by like all of us, the 1% that control the wealth. She just said it, like all of us. Watch, listen.
And has benefited the top 1% much, much more than anyone else. That's in sharp focus now. What do you feel personally as one of the 1%? So what's your personal responsibility? Is it to support your government to distribute better? Is it to, how do you see that moving forward? How do you see your own responsibility moving forward?
Well, I think that it is very important that opportunities are given equally to all, right? And what interconnected, like we have all 7 billion people in this world are, in a sense, should be connected, and they should have a shared destiny and shared prosperity. Doing that, right, once you have access to opportunity, you first have to create wealth before you can distribute wealth. So for a country like India, I am extremely committed. And as I have seen the wealth creation on a grassroots basis, right, it's important that to raise standards of living and quality of life for all our billion people, we give a fair share of opportunity to everybody, give education to everybody, embrace the free market for creation of wealth. And then once wealth is created, right, distribution is the easier problem to have. But you shouldn't shun creation of wealth. Creation of wealth is more important than distribution of wealth.
Boom, he just said it right there. Okay, now this is important to understand. He's right. I agree with him. What he's saying is you give equal opportunity to everybody. The biggest shift in generational wealth is right now. There's an equal opportunity for every single person, all 7 billion people, to get involved in the quantum financial system and the fourth industrial revolution. And half the people have dropped off this video already because it's not exciting, right? But you who are staying have the opportunity. There's equal distribution of opportunity right now. You have to have wealth creation first to spread the wealth. And it's true. Jim Rohn said, if you spread $1 million across every single human being, it'll end up in the same people's hands. That's why in my Warrior Academy, I teach subconscious mind programming around money so you can keep the money. Because that's why people that do the win the lottery, 85% of them go broke. Because he's right. Wealth creation has to happen first to have distribution. Because the truth is, if we gave $1 million to every single person, it would end up in the same people's hands that understand how money works, okay? Now that's important to understand. She's literally like, hey, what's up? What are your elites doing? Okay, now let's listen to this guy for just a second, and then I'll take you down the rest of the rabbit hole. I'm proud if you're still here.
So I thought a lot about how do we integrate companies more deeply into society? How do we give back? How do we support many of the NGOs that are here? That's why when we started our company, we put 1% of our equity, our profit, and our time into a nonprofit, an NGO called Salesforce.org. It was easy at the time because we had no employees, we had no products or equity. But today, of course, we're a company with a market cap of $50-something billion, and we have 25,000 employees. And so we've been able to give back hundreds of millions of dollars, but also millions of hours of volunteerism. And we run 30,000 nonprofits and NGOs, and many of them are here for free on our services. Equality and the equality crisis certainly is a child of globalization. The access to capital and the access to this technology that is really available to so few then really gives them this kind of incredible unfair advantage, and up they have gone. I think, coming back to Vishal's comment, I think that when we look at what's happening right now in technology, this is the moment, I think, when we have the highest level of anxiety, because we can see advancements in artificial intelligence that are beyond what we even expected. It's happening at a rate and capability that we're worrying that how will this impact the everyman and also the broad range of workers across the world. This year, my heart has been with so many migrants and refugees.
Boom. This is 2017. They're signaling right now that AI technology is going to wipe out the middle class. Jerome Powell says we're coming back to a different economy. He's worried about the ma and pa. Guys, listen to me. The middle class is going to get wiped out. I'm a messenger to help you understand. If you don't have a technical skill or some type of actual skill that is going to go into the future, most likely construction jobs, service industry, which is most of the population, is going to get wiped out. It's going to be Amazon, Walmart, Costco, the big conglomerates. So what is the fourth industrial revolution? There's papers out there where you can read it. The fourth industrial revolution is built on blockchain and advanced with AI, Forbes. Okay? Blockchain technology is so synonymous with cryptocurrency, and especially Bitcoin, that it's almost like a financial sector that is usurped in its potential. In times like these, where an investing in bear market has befallen the cryptocurrency space, it's easy to get down on the revolutionary possibilities of blockchain technology. Since the origin of blockchain, that is Bitcoin, emerged, there has been considerable focus on transactional blockchains, which have been the forefront of the mainstream understanding the technology. Bitcoin is often the layman's first point of call, this is important, to the story's investor success of the obscuring the view of the possibilities. Now, everybody thinks of Bitcoin, right? Oh, we know Bitcoin is just a store of value, has basically zero utility, right? But you're missing the boat, Warriors. That's why people get frustrated. They look at Bitcoin and it's what, 30-something thousand dollars right now. There's alternative coins, XRP, XLM, ADA, VeChain. There's so many different fundamental cryptocurrencies, blockchains that are going to change the world. As a black swan event goes on this way, they have you looking this way. The biggest shift in generational wealth is happening this way. And so many people are going to get wiped out. So what we do is we prepare our warriors for what's coming. You have to be self-sustainable. You have to stop relying off your government. You have to stop relying on other people. You've been trained and preemptive programming to live in a system that keeps you down. You have to rely on them for job creation. Create your own future, warriors. So I just want to show you the fourth industrial revolution is being talked about at very high levels. This is January 18th, the fourth industrial revolution, opportunity for challenges. This is a white paper you can read. The abstract, the fourth industrial revolution, a term coined by Klaus Schwab, World Economic Forum, guys. Founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. Introduction. The speed and measure of changes coming about by the fourth industrial revolution are not to be ignored. These changes will bring about shifts in power, shifts in wealth, shifts in knowledge. Only in being knowledge about these changes and the speed in which they occur, we can ensure the advances in knowledge and technology reach that benefit all. So the narratives, we're trying to get this out to all of you guys, but he said it himself. It must be wealth creation first, then wealth distribution. But the more wealth creation that is created, the more power they have, the less power you have, and the more reliant you become. They say we want to educate you, but we are designed in an education system since 1903 is that to turn you into a worker, not to educate you. Watch my videos, educate yourself, warriors, hundreds of free videos. Okay, now he said, advancements in credit and technology, right? Let's watch the Flare Network video, and then I'll let you guys go.
Combining very fast settlement, smart contracts, and consensus. Fair finance will deliver a handful of non-custodial, decentralized financial infrastructure, including swaps, stable currencies, yield farming, asset-backed loans, insurance, and yield mining for the first time to both equity and spark holders. Users of the Flare network can access their own generated bank and exchange without giving up custody or control of their assets to a centralized party. What products do we offer? Flare X enables users of the Flare network to swap currencies and earn passive income by providing liquidity to pools which provide traders with decentralized on-demand liquidity. Flare Farm. Flare Farm is a decentralized farming platform.
Okay, I'm going to stop the video halfway because I know the attention span of human beings is about 5 seconds, and there's probably about 10% of you still watching this, and that's the true warriors. You are the uncommon 1%. You're the person who wasn't distracted by the narrative. Now, you need to understand this. You are a true warrior. They're going to keep you focused this way, warriors, is the biggest shift in generational wealth is happening this way. The Wizard of Oz knows if they keep you distracted, they can keep you controlled, warriors. This is a call to action, a metaphysical action, to rise the internal warrior, to raise your internal vibration, to know that 20 years from now you did something about this. You didn't sit back and wait for your job to get replaced. You took action in the biggest shift in generational wealth. You heard what they said. Don't take it from my word. They are saying this stuff. This was in 2017, warriors. They've been predicting the biggest shift in generational wealth for years. Ironic, Bitcoin was starting to be, or the cryptocurrency protocol was created in 1996, and around 2008, 2009, Bitcoin comes out and hits the scene. They printed more money since Bitcoin was created, and now we have a big lawsuit against Tether, and they stopped printing money, or just start printing money out of sight. All of a sudden, Tether's printing money, Bitcoin's pumping, and all of a sudden they ask to submit their papers in the lawsuit, and it stops. Wake up, warriors. The whole game is shifted to cryptocurrency. They're going to keep manipulating the same game. It's all the same, warriors, but when you know the game, you can't be played. So if you want to join our private warrior academy, everything's down in the description below. There's also a free Facebook group. We go live on a daily basis. We're just here to support you, warriors. In our warrior academy, I show my portfolio. I give you complete transparency on what I'm doing every single time I change my portfolio. Cryptocurrency call every single Thursday with me in regards to a real world analysis and a technical analysis team. We also have a crypto Discord with people that are way smarter than me, over 300 people. We also take you through the 120-day challenge. We work out live with you daily, nutrition. It's a whole ecosystem to really reframe your mind and change your subconscious mind so you can bring the money back to the people. You know what I always say? Warriors, rise. Let's go. If you're still here, I'm so proud of you.